Welcome to Baxter Yoga. I'm here at the Oakland Yoga Studio. Please check the studio out the next time you're in town. It's kind of a hidden jewel. It's pretty sweet. Don't forget you can buy my book and order t-shirts from my website. The book, of course, is Yoga for Healthy Aging, co-written with Nina Zolotoff, and order t-shirts up a couple sizes. They tend to run a little bit small. So today I want to introduce a way of working in your dynamic sequences that brings a little variation in speed between transitions. So we're going to be working with dynamic lunge position, where we go into it from a forward bend, and then we kind of move in and out of the forward bend position into the lunge on each side. And normally we would just kind of step back on the exhale and then maybe go back to down dog and step forward on an inhale. So we're just kind of matching the movement with a simple kind of breath technique, and it's not very fast particularly. It's not super slow either. And today what I'd like to show you is how to work with the transitions in a quicker way. Now the reason why I want to bring some quick movement into play is that when we make quick explosive movements, we utilize the muscle fibers, the fast twitch muscle fibers in our large skeletal muscles. These are the ones that help us to have those quick, strong movements that are so important for good agility, and even something as simple as getting out of bed first thing in the morning, or getting up and off of the toilet after we've been using the restroom. So those kinds of sudden, strong movements are associated with that part of the muscle, and these quick movements that I'm going to have you practice may actually help to support the strength of those sections of your muscle over time. So I'm going to start by showing you kind of a typical way of stepping forward and back, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of a quicker way to kind of create a slightly more explosive movement. So I have two blocks set up, so I don't have to worry about getting down very far. So if the hips are stiff or the knees, this makes it a nice, easy way to get into the fig leaf forward fold position, and then from there you can step into the lunge. So you're going to stand near your blocks. You might be up near them pretty close. And then on an exhale, go ahead and bend the knees, hinge the hips, and keeping the spine neutral, bring your hands down on the blocks. So if I was making the transition to, in a sun salute, I would step my foot back kind of mindfully, and then if I was already in the high lunge after coming out of down dog, I would mindfully step forward. So it wouldn't be particularly fast or slow, just kind of a moderate pace. I want you to do that now quickly, forward and back, and we'll do each side while we're down. So bend the knees, hinge the hips, hands on the blocks, and so we're going to quickly step the foot back, and then quickly step it forward, and then the other leg, quickly step it straight back, and then quickly step it forward. Do that again on the two sides. Quickly step it back, and then quickly come forward, and quickly step it back, and quickly come forward. Now, instead of just going straight back, I'm going to step to the outer edge of my sticky mat. So I'm going to pick a new spot to quickly find, and then match my feet at the front, and then quickly to the other side, and then match my feet at the front. Now let's try bringing the foot to the center. So I might look back for a moment, and then back out to where it was, and quickly to the center, and then back up, and then from there come up and out, and then release the legs, give them a little shake out. So that was just about 6 or 8 times stepping forward and back. Because of the quick, explosive way in which the legs were moving, the feet were moving forward and back, I'm feeling that in a completely different way in my hips and legs than I would normally feel just making that transition. So I feel like the legs were actually working more, and maybe it's those parts of the legs that I was engaging with that I might not normally engage with if I'm moving slowly and methodically, that may be why I'm feeling some of those sensations. So that's the quick movement experiment. And you might think about other transitions that you do in your yoga practice. You might do them at normal speed first, just to kind of warm the body up a little bit to the familiar, and then add in a quicker, more explosive transition. Even some of the things like when we step the feet or hop the feet up to the side and then bring them back in. Sometimes that can be really a nice way to get some of those fast twitch muscle fibers working for you. So that does it for today. That's our practice, doing the dynamic lunge pose using quick movements. In a future video, I'll show you how to slow that way down and use the slow motion outer space technique to create a different kind of strength in the legs. Until that time, don't forget that you can follow me online at baxterbell.com, as well as my Facebook and YouTube channels that have the name Baxter Bell Yoga. I also have longer practices on the practice channel at the website yogayouonline.com. Until the next time, thank you so much for joining me again, and namaste.